Tonight we're going to be presenting the Freedom Project. Um, and you could have been anywhere else tonight, but you chose to be here. So thank you for being open enough to coming here and getting a glimpse of what we're all about. So I want to introduce myself first. My name is Frishta, and I'm an, an entrepreneur for about 8 years now. And so I've gone through like all the experiences of small business, entrepreneurship, and finally I'm part of a big business. So that's really exciting. So I'm just gonna go over what we will be covering tonight. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about why we're here tonight. So here's a quote that we believe in, the Mastermind group. So be the change that you want to see in the world. And that's said by Mahatma Gandhi, which actually means that if we sit around waiting for change to happen through other people, we're just going to sit around waiting. So the change starts with you. And once people see the change in you, you can empower others. Amen. So whoever invited you here tonight, I would like to ask you to make eye contact with them and thank them for inviting you because, of course, they saw something very special in you that they decided to invite you here tonight. Okay. Okay, so tonight we'll be covering different aspects of the Freedom Project, but mainly wholesome foods, nutritional supplements, and emotional relationships. Okay, and also it's really exciting to be a part of a business that is going to explode, and it has exploded now, and it's the most powerful business for the future as well. So it is actually the online health revolution because, I mean, if we didn't include online as our vehicle, we wouldn't be reaching our goals as fast. So it's really exciting to be a part of the online health revolution. Okay, and here's another quote that we believe in. The only way to do work, to do great work, is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it. And that's by Steve Jobs. Rest in peace.
I was just going to say that.
Okay, so let's just discuss what we find valuable. I mean, okay, so that for you could be financial freedom, time freedom, being the healthiest version of you, having enough to give back and empower others, traveling around the world, driving cool cars. So here are some examples over here. So that's myself over here. I value nature because I don't get to be around nature much. So when I am, I do appreciate it. I love being with the source. And we have one of our business partners here, Meryl. She loves to empower others through her MMA training. So this is one physically challenged client of hers. This is one of our mentors working on the beach. So we value being able to just work from anywhere in the world at any time at our own convenience. Being able to work with the ones that you love. So being able to choose who you work with versus like settling with whoever you have to work with. And then Melissa being the healthiest version of herself. So she loves cooking organic food and being healthy. Oh yeah, and then Meryl skydiving in New Zealand. So some people they value just adventure, and she's an adrenaline junkie. Okay, so tonight we'll be going over a few different things. First of all, 2 challenges facing all generations today. We'll be going through we'll be providing you with education, inspiration, and solution-oriented possibilities. Secondly, we'll be talking about optimal living and the vehicle that we have chosen for that. And then showing you how to save 3,000
pesticides, genetically modified. So yes, as clean as you eat, there are a lot of nutrients that you sadly won't be getting from your food. You know, our soils are depleted. The food just isn't the same as it was even 30 years ago when my grandparents, you know, were taking it out of the land and putting it in their plate. It isn't the same anymore. So it's recommended that you replace that supplementation. And also to get all the nutrients you actually need daily, you would have to consume 22,000 calories. That is about $33 a day, and that's US dollars. So, and I mean, number one, if you eat that many calories on the day, your waistline would be ginormous. So let me give you an example of how much food that is. So, Criscilla, do you eat 85 medium bananas every single day?
No.
No.
I tried eating one yesterday.
And you're like,
Oh,
no.
pretty well.
And father, do you eat 18.5 medium oranges every single day?
No.
No, right? And Frishta, let's see, do you eat 2 cups of cooked spinach every single day?
Sometimes, but not every day.
Not every day. So it's it is impossible to eat that amount of food to get all the nutrients you need daily. So the essentials, which is USANA's first flagship, thank you, flagship product, gives you all the nutrients you need in 2 tiny tablets. They make it easy for you.
To get your optimal level of health on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And then the price for that is $2.50 a day versus $33 if you were to be consuming the food.
Exactly. And it's also quicker, right? Because you're not. I mean, you still have to eat healthy, but like this, you're eating healthy and you're getting like the amount of nutrients you need. And then why do we choose USANA? So are all clothes made the same? No. Are all cars made the same? No. So things aren't made the same. They're made with different quality products. I think not. So he has 2 PhDs, and he founded USANA Health Sciences. So he worked for Gold Laboratories. It was 1972, right? And he had to keep cell culture. And to do that, he's like, well, cells need nutrients. So he went to, farmer. Let's imagine a Shoppers Drug Mart take place, got the generic supplementation, put it into cells, and he realized that they were dying faster. So he's like, okay, why are these killing? Like, why are they killing my cells? I need my cells to stay alive for longer, so he could do tests on them. And he's like, you know what? Nothing I can buy at the store is good enough. So he created his own product, and that's sort of how USANA started. And also, to go back a little further, do you guys know what the Epstein virus is? So the common cold, herpes, chickenpox. So those are all strands of the Epstein virus.
Mm-hmm.
So he also created the Epstein virus kit, which tests which strand of the disease you have. And that kit is used in hospitals around the world still to this day. So, he created something good for us. And then, he used all the knowledge that he had to create USANA. And I could say that those cells are still alive 21 years later. So I think he was doing something right? Mm-hmm. So let's give him an applause for that too. And then, does everybody know the Nobel Prize? The Nobel Prize.
Nobel Peace Prize?
Nobel Peace Prize. Yeah. So everyone knows what that is. So there's a prize called the Albert Einstein Award for Life Sciences, which is just below the Nobel Peace Prize. Just above, sorry. Mm-hmm. And he won that in 2007 for health sciences. So this man's amazing. So we love to be associated with somebody who has such a background and such knowledge. And he also has an amazing vision, so I'm going to read that out to you. So I dream of a world free from pain and suffering. I dream of a world free from disease. The USANA family will be the healthiest family on the earth. Share my vision, live life to its fullest in happiness. And he also has this book, which we actually have right here, called The Healthy Home, where he just shares, healthy tips and so on. And does anybody have anything to add?
So he has a double PhD in immunology and microbiology, the study of cells. microbiology is the study of cells, and immunology is immune system. So when he had shifted from 1972 Gold Laboratories upon creating the formula for keeping the cells alive, that is actually that formula is in the essentials. And then that's when he made his shift from diagnostic to preventative disease. And that's what he won the Albert Einstein Lifetime Achievement for.
Exactly, because what's the point of taking care of a problem after it's happened?
Yeah. You want to
When you can take care of it before, right?
Yeah.
So, awesome. Oh, and so the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. His son, Dave Wentz, is the CEO of Usana Health Sciences, and he's been named by Forbes magazine top 40 CEOs under 40. So he's been doing really well for Usana Health Sciences, and I guess he's going to
Nominated like multiple times too, right?
Yeah.
all right.
Amazing little Google here. Oh, and because it's hard to sort of talk about all the awards Usana has won, we have this lovely little quick video that sort of shows you everything that Usana has done and all their awards.
All right, awesome.
How long has Usana's been around? 92?
Awesome. And we're currently in, I think it's 21 countries now, right?
Yeah.
We're in 21. So we're in 21 countries. So who loves traveling? Awesome. Because you could do USANA in any of the 20 countries that we're sold in. And also, if you think about when you're traveling, it's not easy to travel, right? You have to pack, you have to prepare yourself, blah, blah, blah. And especially when it comes to, supplements, they're pharmaceutical grade, getting that into these countries, like that's not an easy thing to do. So even the fact that they are in 21 countries, like that's pretty damn good. Like you have to be a very good product to be in that country. So they have a few stamps that give them that high quality. So we have the FDA, which is the Federal Food Association, right? And that anything that's consumable needs that stamp. So KD has that. So anything that's consumable to be sold requires that stamp. But USANA goes above and beyond by getting stamps like the GMP, which is the Good Manufacturing Practices, which is so it's a pharmaceutical grade, no hands touch the products. And that cost, I think, what is it, like
Millions of dollars every
year. So they, a lot of supplements, etc. won't get that because it's too expensive, too much trouble. They don't care. They have FDA. They're good. So they do go above and beyond. We also have the NSF, which is food and safety, correct? So once again, It's the items are created in safe environments. Hands don't touch the products. Everything is tested like 9-10 times. And then we have the DSA, which is just the Direct Marketing Sellers Association, which allows us to sell in the 21 countries we're in.
Okay, and I just wanted to add the NSF. It pretty much means that we're at that level, so that more as someone who's at a more prestigious level could actually take advantage of our products. For example, athletes, like they would trust our product because we have that stamp, because we have to be at that level in order to even be considered to get that stamp. So it's like it just sets us apart from like the regular supplement, at a regular level.
And it doesn't matter who you associate yourself with. So we were actually talking about this before.
Yes.
So it seems like we're all on the same page. It definitely does matter who you associate yourself with. And there's a saying that goes that you're the 5 people that you spend the most time with. And you're also the income of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So we partner with, like only the best schools. So for example, we partner with the University of Utah, Boston University, and then we have various philanthropic endeavors also. One partnership I'm very proud about is our partnership with Dr. Oz. So everybody knows Dr. Oz here, I think so.
Yes.
So we have a partnership with Dr. Oz, and also he's a very well-known person. And also something to note is he has a lot of lawsuits going on right now because people misuse his name. Everybody wants to be associated with Dr. Oz because he's known around the world. His show shows in a ridiculous amount of countries in different languages. So, he's everywhere and people want to be associated with him, use his name wrongly and illegally. So he's in all sorts of lawsuits. So he chooses to partner with USANA. And just this year, so starting January 22nd, he features a USANA product every month. So last month, if I'm not mistaken, it was Procosa, supplement we have for joints. And Health Corps is also a thing we have going with Dr. Oz, and they basically go around schools in the States and try to prevent and help children, like when it comes to child obesity and such. And also, there's a book called the Physician's Desk Reference Book. So we tell people, not all supplements are in this book, but this is at all legitimate doctor offices. If your doctor office doesn't have this, don't go there anymore. Sorry, I laugh about this all the time. It's probably not a very legitimate doctor office. I would run. but I always tell people, if you have more questions, take it to your doctor. Ask, USANA, could you tell me a little bit of USANA? And it's in the book, so they could reference that. And yeah, awesome. So I love it. And I'm gonna let you take this one because you love this.
Okay. Okay. So of course, I'm very proud to be a part of a company that is listed on the New York Stock Exchange. So if you'd like to see how our stocks are doing, it's called USNA, and we've had 10 plus years of record sales growth. We've actually been mentioned on CNN for flipping like 7 times our original amount within a certain number of years. So it was like a special on CNN.
No way.
Yeah, and that's something to really be proud of. And I'm gonna check right now to see what our stock market capital is at. And right now we are at 1.3 billion stock market capital. So 1.3 billion. That's it says something, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right. So if you want to invest in USANA stocks, it's the way to go.
Love it. Okay. So who here has ever been to a hotel? I mean, pretty much everybody has gone. So who gets very excited about 1-star hotels? Nobody? Come on. 2-star hotels? No one. So, it's also good to get really excited about, 4 and up pretty much. 5 and up, whatever. So there's a book called the Nutritional Supplement Book. So we actually have it right here. We could pass it around. And it's done by a third party. And they list various supplements and they give them a star rating on a 5. And they also give it a bioavailability rating. So what that means is how much of the nutrient, so how much of the supplement you're buying. So if it has a 1%, that means you're taking it and it's going through, right? It's exiting your body. And the higher it is, the more bioavailable it is, so the more your body is actually absorbing, so the more benefit you will actually get from it.
Mm-hmm.
So we have very well-known brands like One A Day. You know, everybody here, you guys have heard of One A Day?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they have a 0-star rating. Cuckoo actress everywhere in that hotel. So, you know, like, they don't even have a star. And for bioavailability, they have a 1.9%. So, you know, I'm of a Portuguese background. If I went home with a test, hey, ma, I got 1.9% of my test. Yeah, slipper, belt, whatever you want to call it. And then we have other brands, so like Centrum, also a very well-known brand. They have a 4.5% rating, also not good. Half star, hey, half star. And then Kirkland, they have a 5.2% rating, and once again a half star. So, you know, you can see a little bit of a pattern here. These are companies that spend like crap loads of money on advertising, and then, you know, that money is used in their advertising. It's not used in research. It's not used for high quality ingredients. And Kirkland, specifically, they get their calcium from seashells, so they grind up the seashells, the calcium source. And last time I checked, I don't eat seashells, and humans don't eat seashells. Like, you know, that's not something the body even recognizes when they're, you know, it's not recognized by the body.
Which is why they have a 5.2%
Yeah,
bioavailability.
you know, so it's like it goes in, it comes out, number one, number two, I don't know, but you know, it's not doing anything good to your body. It's probably maybe even causing damage. And we have GNC, very popular with men, and GNC has a 21.1% rating and a 2 rating, so you can see a pattern here. And then we have the Essentials, which is the USANA flagship product, with a 96.1% rating, and they have a 5 gold star rating. So there's a big difference in the quality and the research that goes behind these companies. Like we said before, not everything is made the same, and it's very obvious with tests like this. And then also, depending on what stage you are in life, you know, you require different nutrients, different supplementation. So we have specific products for children. It's called Usanimals, and gives them all the nutrients they need at that stage of their life. And then we have Body Rocks for teens, so between, I think it's 12 and 17 years old. And once again, that gives them all the nutrients they need. And then we have prenatals for women who are expecting.
I just want to add something else. So if a supplement is not recognized by your body within the first 20 minutes that you've consumed it, it's actually wasted.
Yeah.
Mm.
And USANA products are recognized by your body within the first 8 minutes. So we are definitely the most potent.
I want to add something too. We actually also are the only company that has, or nutritional supplement company that has a specific line for teenagers.
Yes.
Yeah, the only one.
Yeah.
The only one, actually.
Teenagers are often ignored, sadly, and right
they
now they have
most-
very high obesity rates.
Yeah, and they have the most hormones going on at that time too. And the nutrition supplement guide is actually from a third party, so it's not biased.
And it's done by another gentleman who also has a PhD. All these men are PhDs. And we also do a little test. I love this test. He opened my eyes in life. So what happens when you cut an apple open?
It browns.
It browns. What is that called?
Oxidization.
Yes. So that's actually what happens inside our bodies. But you know, because I'm not about to go get a body, cut it open and show it to you, we do it with the apple test. So if you could click it, let's see what the results were, people. So obviously water has some natural vitamins. So I mean, it does brown a little bit, but it's not too bad. It's water. It's okay. Then we have, I'm going to jump straight to the lovely Kirkland with their seashell calcium. You can see that the apple is sort of disappearing. I don't want you to disappear. So, you know, stay away from Kirkland. And then we have the DNC. And yeah, like it's, you know, it's very brown. It's like it's oxidizing completely. We have One A Day, once again, very, very moldy. Cheese is okay moldy, but, you know, not my body. We have Centrum. Like, Centrum looks so disgusting. Like, so you could, like, see how brown they're getting. So people are taking these supplementations thinking, oh yeah, when my doctor told me to take something, I'm taking this, but I don't feel better, and this is why. And then we have USANA, and actually it almost looks like it's glowing, and that ultimately should be what's happening, or it should not be browning, because that is what's happening inside. And then in addition to our supplementation line and our optimizers, we also have a food line. So we have various different snack bars, and they're low glycemic, which means it doesn't spark your sugar blood levels, and they're high in protein and fiber. And we have various shakes. I just had mine actually. My favorite is Dutch chocolate, just saying.
Mine too.
Yeah, and like so, all of these products are once again high in protein, high in fiber. They're made with natural sugars, low glycemic, GMO free, so there's no genetically modified, no pesticides, and gluten free also. So if you have a gluten allergy, bam. And then we have a little kit called the 5-day reset cleanse. So it's a very good way to jumpstart your health journey. People could lose up to 4 to 5 pounds in the 5 days, and it's a high protein, high fiber cleanse. And then we have the lovely Kathleen Keller. So she's a spokesperson and celebrity trainer, and some of the people she trains. So I think it's Jennifer Aniston, Kim Kardashian, Julia Roberts. They actually all take USANA products, and they love them.
Okay, so I want to add something to that. So the reset program, it's more than just like a weight loss program. It is what the name says, reset. So I mean, I don't know if everyone's aware, but your fat cells, once they're created, you cannot get rid of them. You can only empty them, or you can shrink. So this detox program, and it is a detox, all the toxins that are stored in your fat cells, it actually empties them out. So your body's at a state that it was before. So that's why it's called reset. And I've actually experienced this program myself, so I could tell you, like, on top of losing the weight, and it wasn't just like regular weight, it's like where all the toxins are in your midsection. You could feel the extra energy, and you actually feel lighter, and that's what gives you that kickstart to like a new lifestyle.
Into that.
Levels out your blood sugar levels. I was not craving like carbs and sugars after, which was like really refreshing for me because that's what I lived off of. So yeah, it's very, very effective.
Love it. So these lovely ladies started their sort of health journey with the Reset Pack, and they were using USANA products for a year, and so they went from this to even lovelier ladies. So she is a mother. I think it's about 3 children, and she went from a size 12 to size 0. And at the beginning, she wasn't really into exercise. She had no time to exercise. And then, after using sun for a year, she had all this energy. She ran her first 5K run, if I'm not mistaken. And she's just, she's happier about life. She has all this energy, even with her kids. She completely transformed her life. Then we have this lovely lady who went from size 7 to a size 2. And she sort of, had the same experience. She had more energy now. She felt happier because she was healthier and she was, able to do the things she wasn't able to do before. And then we have the lovely Michael Calles, who's actually a USANA partner out in California, I think it is, and his friend Big Will. So, whenever they went out, Big Will was always complaining, I don't feel good, I'm tired. He had 3 part-time jobs at the time, so working himself, into the ground. He loved basketball, but because of his weight and, having a lack of time, he was never able to play. And, his friend Michael Calles just got so sick of his complaining. He was like, hey, Big Will, stop complaining. Like, do something about it. Like, take action, make a difference. Like, complaining is not going to get you anywhere. So, he introduced him to USANA, and then Big Will turned into Little Will. Michael Calles, is not very into, like, losing too much weight, but you could see he lost his baby fat. He's looking good. So Big Will actually ended up leaving 2 of his part-time jobs, started his own USANA, transformed his life. He was able to start playing basketball again. He actually started a basketball association for kids, and he was able to bring his passions back to the forefront. And Michael Calles, all of a sudden has all this extra money, so he started investing in stocks and investing in different markets, and yeah, they're loving life. So here, these are some of the optimizers we have. So I mentioned Criscilla before, which is for joints. So depending what problems you have, what health issues you have, there's a product for everyone pretty much. So if you have vision problems, there's Vision X. If you have problems sleeping, we have something for that. So there's pretty much something for everybody. We're going to get deeper into the other product lines also. So we have Rev, which is a energy drink. That scared me. So there's a lot of energy drinks out there that have a ridiculous amount of sugar. So Red Bull, for example, has 9 teaspoons of sugar, that tiny little can. Then we have, Monster, which is very popular in high schools, has 15 teaspoons of sugar. And then they wonder why children are obese. And then Rockstar, once again, 13 teaspoons of sugar. And sort of what happens when you have an energy drink. I mean, speaking from experience, when I was in university, I have a Red Bull while I'm studying, and I have all this energy, and then like 2 hours later, I completely crash. So that's sort of what happens because of the high sugar content in these drinks. So we have a natural energy drink that takes its sugars and caffeine from all natural products. So it has green tea, white tea. It has the sugar of an apple and a half. So if you're okay with eating an apple and a half of sugar here, and it tastes great. And you could even have it as a hot tea, which is what I do sometimes. Yeah.
And we get the energy source from echinacea and ginseng.
Yes.
So echinacea is, I guess, the active ingredient that it doesn't spike up like your energy, and then you crash. It actually like keeps your energy up, and it's a natural source, so can't harm you. You can only benefit from it.
And it's also really good to have before your workout, which is what I do. And then I like to say, if you have skin, this line is for you. So what's the largest organ of your body?
Your skin.
Your skin. So a lot of people, sometimes forget that what goes on your skin is ultimately going into your body. So when shampoo says things like "don't get into your eye," or don't accidentally consume, like it's a little bit weird because it's still going in your body through your skin. It's like, but it can't go in my eye, guys. There's a problem there. So Usana created a product line, so skincare line, hair, facial line, and it's paraben and chemical free. So you could ultimately eat it if you really wanted to. Like one of our friends, so your friend Stacy, I think actually licked it to see what it tastes like.
Stacey took my cream and she like put a huge blob and like she like licked her hand and like, so it tastes like flowers.
Yeah. So if you get it in your eye, it's all good. I know Melissa gets it in her eye all the time when she's showering and it doesn't burn. So these are products that are good for your skin. They're gentle on your hair, and chemical free.
The essentials are actually infused into these products as well.
Yeah. So they're made with the same high ingredients. And a lot of people sometimes when they're starting a health journey, they're like, okay, it's complicated to do. Usana makes it very easy. So we have a health assessment which was created by Dr. Lenz and Dr. Oz also. And health assessment. So if you go to a nutritionist, like those could cost anywhere from $100 and up. And sometimes you're in there for an hour or less. So this is completely free, created by two very, very smart men. And what you do is, if you go in there, it takes you about 15 minutes, you put in all your information, and it gives you a recommendation for your lifestyle. So it'll give you, your top 5, it'll give you a list of items that would benefit you, and then, you put in your order, and if you sign up for a monthly auto ship, you could save 20 to 25% off, and best part, comes to your doorstep every month. So it's like Christmas every month. I got mine on Monday, and I was so excited because I was like, out of all my products, I was dying for like 2 days. Oh. You don't understand. You understand.
I don't understand.
Like I was dying for 2 days, and I'm like, it's furious. You should have seen me. My mother was like, "Hey, relax." I'm like, what? They've been dying with all my stuff. So yeah, that's my personal experience. And then what is even better is the amount of athletes that take our products. So we have an agreement with the athletes that if they go for constant tests and blood work, and if Usana would show up as a drug, we'd have to pay out, I think it's $1 million to their team. And I can happily say we have not paid that out till this day. Applause.
So no steroids, all natural.
No steroids. And then also think about it like this: like, do you have a legal team that is constantly watching what you do? Does the average person have a health team, like personal trainers, watching everything that goes into their body and such? So no, we don't. And their health trainers tell them like you take Usana or you take nothing. And then we have like Manny Paquad. Did I say his name right? Yeah. Juan Diaz. So they all take Usana products, and then all these organizations also take Usana products. So we have the Women's Tennis Association and like some other big associations. Everything we do helps you love life and live it. So I'm gonna stand up and do a little stretching. now.
Body break.
Yeah.
Body break.
Body break. You need it because I wasn't doing it.
Alrighty, let's pretend that there's a rope, and we're gonna bring one arm at a time.
Oh, I'm big crappy.
Or not two.
Ooh.
Yes, for sure. You
You guys have no idea how painful I feel right now.
Alright, we got the rope. We're gonna bring it down and put it on the ground.
I can't do that.
And then
Right
come up
up.
slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. Look to your right.
Look to my left.
Look to your left. And tilt right back. And down. Sometimes we forget to stretch our necks. It's neglected. All right, and now we're gonna raise our shoulders to our ears.
Oh, that feels best.
And we're gonna exhale and bring them down. Do it again. Up to your ears. And exhale, bring them down. One more time. 2 ears in. And down, out. And now we're gonna do it really fast. And now just say, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yay!
So you guys don't have injuries like me. Yeah. I have shoulder surgery in a month,
Oh
and I have degenerative. What's that thing again? The doctor. My cerebral cortex.
Degenerative disc.
Yeah, you know the.
no. Yeah.
So 1, 2, and 3 on the top here. It's really bad,
Ouch.
and I have to.
That sounds painful.
All right, so I want to thank you, Nadia, for the very informative and inspirational health portion of the presentation. And now I'd like to introduce Ms. Criscilla,
Yay.
inspiring life designer. And she's going to present the business aspect of our presentation. So let's give a round of applause for Ms. Criscilla.
Yay!
Thank you.
Does anybody need to use the bathroom?
Yeah.
All right, now's the time to go.
Where is it?
To your right.
This one.
I think so, yeah.
It's hot in here. Yeah.
I'm hot but cold at the same time. It's like a weird. I'm always half cold.
I think I'm like, I don't know. It gets hot in here, right?
It does.
It gets really hot in here.
Yeah, it gets hot fast in apartments, I find.
Yeah.
In houses, it's always like my house is always damn cold.
Mm.
Always.
Me too, and then anytime I have friends over and we're in my room just hanging out or whatever, everyone just always usually just sits on my bed and I'm like, you're not doing anything. My room is freezing. Like,
Unless-
fucking
When I have
sleeping.
it's weird. If I have my candles on and stuff, it's a bit warmer
Yeah.
naturally because I get the heat. But no, I have like not like I have 10 candles on. But
Yeah.
it feels warmer, but yeah, my room is freezing. But
I think my room is like warm, and then I like the cold. I
Yeah.
like being under the covers, and it's a little bit breezy.
Yeah.
So I leave the window open, and then my mom yells at me. She's like, "Are you crazy?"
I know, I do that too. Me too.
But I still can't.
Me too. I can't wait to just live on the beach.
oh, don't even talk about that. I just want to like live off and on the beach. But you get it off the beach. Off the land.
Off the land.
So what do you guys have for like torn ligaments?
Okay. So the first step is to get on Criscilla's website
Right.
and do your true health assessment.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the concerns you would have is a part of the assessment when you
Right.
fill it out, like what health concerns do you have?
and you can just put that in there.
And it'll tell you,
And then in
It'll
your
recommend.
results, it'll recommend a product.
because this whole right side of me is bad.
Yeah.
It's the only good side that I can't do this
Yeah.
Well, Christian knows.
Yeah. Or you can go on your site and go on help ask the scientists
Yeah.
and just specifically ask for the
Well,
product.
Well, I actually called in to, and I did my own research. So it was calcium for your specific situation was calcium,
Well, I need more calcium.
high calcium, vitamin
Yeah.
B12, which
Yeah.
and omega-3 as well. And then in terms of all of those things, actually, those are all the vitamins and nutrients that we have in the essentials.
The one that you take every day.
Yeah, but then I would
You mean the health plan?
the health pack. Sorry, the health pack. It's all in the health pack. But I got you a Proposa and omega-3 as well.
That's the bomb.
Because that's
I
for
preach Proposa.
joints.
Does it
I'm
help me?
being preventative.
Well, I see. My problem is the nerves of my spine are here.
Yeah.
Right? When I turn like this, it shoots down through my shoulder, through here. I can feel it through here, and my hands go numb.
Oh,
So the doctor says if your left side starts going numb and you can't feel nothing, go to the hospital, call me if it's really bad.
But why not prevent it?
Well, that's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So, I'm looking up online all of this stuff, and I'm telling you, I'm eating food like what you were asking about the orange. Tell me how many oranges I bought. It's like a bowl full like this. I eat like 10 at a time.
Yeah. Like I dislocated my finger, so I had torn all the nerves in between.
Oh.
I had shattered the joint,
Mm-hmm.
and I popped it in the back myself about 3
Oh my
times.
God.
So I totally shattered it. I ruined the nerves, everything. And my hand specialist, he's like, "You're gonna get arthritis within 1 to 5 years."
Yeah.
So I was like devastated. I'm like, "Doctor, what can I do to prevent this?" And he's like, "You can't do anything.
That's
You're
what he
gonna get
said.
arthritis within 1 to 5 years." And then I found Proposa. And I've been
Yeah.
using it. I don't even get pain in the winter. Like when you dislocate or broken bone, you get pain in the cold. And
Yeah.
I don't even feel an extra pain.
I get that all. Well,
Yeah.
my knees are.
So you know firsthand
This
what
is
that feels
torn,
like,
yeah.
right?
Oh,
But
I can tell you when it's
Proposa?
gonna rain.
Yeah, with Proposa, like it kind of saves.
Yeah, I got you.
There was a guest here once who had a knee problem, and the doctor told her she had to get operated, and she just didn't want to. So she's like, "No, I don't want to get operated." So she just said no to them, and she started taking Proposa, and her knee is fine.
Yeah.
Even the doctor was like to her, "What did you do?" "I took Proposa," and she did not go for the operation.
But I mean, we're not scientists.
No, we're not
We're
scientists.
doctors.
No,
We're
no,
not
no.
scientists, but
No, no,
that's what the
that's just-
scientists
yeah,
say.
yeah, that's
Well-
our scientists.
And that's just experiences that some people.
Yeah,
right?
it's just like testimonials. Yeah, and there's millions of them. So, all right. Okay, let's talk finances. Great. So this is something that really spoke to me, and I think it really speaks to a lot of people. Nadia, do you want to read out what the quote says?
Yeah, I love this. Like, it's crazy that some people feel that 2 to 5 years in business is a long time to get rich, but don't feel that 40 years at a job is a long time to stay broke.
So this is funny because this is something I had an experience today at Jack Astor's. Me and Stacey went for lunch there to do some work, and this is a subject that we had touched upon. The waitress there, we started talking, and she was, looking for something other than what she was doing because she feels like she's been in a dead-end job for a really, really long time. And this is exactly what I said to her. I'm just like, it's either you're going to spend 2 to 5 years building your dream, or you're going to spend 40 years building somebody else's dream. You choose. So this is something that we like to reflect on because not a lot of people have the ability to switch the perception and really see what it takes and what your life could be. So you can also find us on social media, on the Freedom Project. It's on a lifestyle, live your passion, and let's get rolling. So Sauna is the best home-based business with solution-oriented perks.
As you saw in the video, we've got a lot of accolades, 37 communication awards. We've got the Albert Einstein Award with the founder. He's very credible, as you can tell. He's not just some Joe Blow in the basement creating vitamins himself. He's actually got a couple PhDs as well. And we are featured in Outside Magazine, as well as Forbes Magazine, Success Magazine. We're very big on green, and we won many awards, as we mentioned before. Top customer service, most powerful CEOs under 40, with Dave Wentz, and so much more. So, is this you right now? Are you a project manager, blue collar professional? Pretty much, if you fall into any of these categories, you are a taxpayer. And there are many people looking for ways to save on their taxes. So we've got a solution with a home-based business. There comes a lot of things that you can write off by having your own home-based business. Things such as your house, your mortgage, gas money, when you go out to eat, coffees, things that you wouldn't normally write off, you get a lot of benefits by having your own home-based business in terms of taxes. So again, we bring it back to, what do you value? If you forget about the things that you value and put them off, your lifestyle becomes one that, we may begin to resent and wonder why we're doing this again. So it all comes back to the why. What do you value, and how can you add more value to your life? So we said we were going to show you how to save $3,000 or more on your taxes this year. I'm going to ask a question. What is the biggest expense that we have in life in general?
Taxes.
Okay, you knew the answer, Peter.
Damn.
A lot of people, it's funny because a lot of people will say things like, drinking on the weekend, or my mortgage, food, or gas. But no, it's actually your taxes. Your taxes at a normal, traditional paying job are taken from you before you even get your paycheck. So taxes are your biggest expense. With having a home-based business, you can, as I previously mentioned, save a lot of taxes. People are scared sometimes when they're in a higher tax bracket that they're going to be paying more taxes, which is true. But when you have a home-based business, you can actually save a lot of money, even though you are in a higher tax bracket. It actually brings you a little bit down. So depending on how much you make, you could save $3,000 to $9,000 a year. Book we highly recommend is Lower Your Taxes Big Time by Sandy Dawkins. She's a former IRS tax attorney, and she has given us a lot of ways to see into more loopholes, if you will, on how to save more taxes. But yes, with a home-based business like Frishta Health Sciences, you will save $250 a month starting, and the limit goes up from there. All right, so this is one of my favorite slides. I think it's one of all of our favorite slides. So the next point we're going to touch base on is leverage and what it is. So leverage is the key to time freedom. Time freedom to us means, well, having time to do whatever it is that you want, do it whenever you want, and basically you are in control of your own schedule. So how do you do that? Leverage. So this is a traditional leverage plan. So 50 hours per week times 50 hours a week. Why? Because sometimes we do overtime, so we're taking that into consideration. 50 weeks times 50 weeks a year. Why? Because we get a generous 2-week vacation. So 50 weeks, that gives you 2,500 hours per year. Times that by 40, because in a traditional plan, 40 years is how long you're going to probably be working for until retirement, and that will give you a capacity of 100,000 hours for your existence in working. Now, if I could show you a way that you could work only 10 hours with a team of 100 people, which gives you 1,000 hours per week, and multiply that by 100 weeks, 2 years, versus 40 years, we get the same number. Now, the $1 million question is, what would you do with 38 extra years?
We'll let you answer that.
I'd sleep, I'm working up.
I sleep too.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Yeah.
So this is the beauty of leverage. It's working with a team and leveraging the efforts of others to do the same work. Whereas the traditional plan, working all lonesome by yourself, you get burnout. I've done it. I've tried to pick up and do everything on my own, where I have 3, 4 part-time jobs, and I'm trying to go to school, and I'm trying to have fun, and I'm trying to be myself, and this is me after. Whereas with leverage, why give 100% of my time when I can give 10% of my time, and Nadia can do 10%, 10%, 10%, 10% of 100 people, and get the same results in a lesser amount of time.
So which quote do we believe in?
Work harder. Work smarter, not harder.
Work smarter, not harder. And we believe in it's better to have 1% of the efforts of 100 people versus 100% of the efforts of my own.
Absolutely. All right. So a lot of people ask me how do you run your home-based business? And I literally just pull up my phone and I say, like this. We are connected. The beauty about direct sales is that we are direct to consumer. And there are so many ways with social media to do this. There's Twitter, there's Facebook, there's Instagram, and everyone's walking around with the internet in your back pocket, literally. And having the internet on you at all times means you are connected to over 1 billion people all over the world, all at the same time. It is the best way, obviously, of networking, of advertising, of marketing, word of mouth, referrals. Nadia, where's a good, I have some friends flying in from out of town. They've never been to Toronto, but they're Italian and they want to have some authentic Italian food. What's your favorite Italian restaurant?
I like to Grazie.
Grazie. Oh, okay. What do you like so much about Grazie?
The food's good. It was started by a small Italian family.
Mm-hmm.
Very authentic.
Awesome. So if I were to connect you with my guests flying in from Italy, would you be able to direct them to this wonderful Italian place?
Yeah. I'll come with them too.
Awesome. Well, that right there, thank you so much. I'd love to go to this place. Now, did you get paid for that? Is Grazie paying you to say that?
Unfortunately.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought. See, we get paid for telling people about exactly what you just did. That is the way that we like to run the business. And to enhance that, social media and the internet of tech and the beauty of technology allows us to do that with over 1 billion people active users on Facebook and so on and so forth. 3 billion people on YouTube, 100,000 tweets a day being sent every minute.
And also there's Instagram, which isn't even on here.
Yeah,
it is
people.
big now. Like there's a lot of people now. They say Facebook is dying a little bit. Like Instagram is a new thing because you can message people on there.
You can.
People follow people that inspire them, and
exactly. A lot of the times, I do it all the time. I'll take a picture of my food and you can add the location 229 bar, then write a little caption underneath, all these little hashtags, and that's like a self promotion right there. Yeah. So people are doing this subconsciously all the time. They're marketing, they're advertising places, things, people. They're subconsciously selling these things, and people already do it. So this is the number one way that direct selling, and especially for Frishta and Health Sciences, in terms of happen through simple social media